personality shines bright. That's what it is. All right, welcome back for another episode of Jab Journals, everybody. We're here again at Stars and Strikes. I'm sitting here with the 145-pound amateur clip promotions champion, Christian Neff. Christian Neff, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, buddy. Good. Let's just talk about the fight. The fight went pretty well. Obviously, you came back with the title. So, I mean, how did you feel after winning your first AMI belt?
I felt like surreal. Like after, like it was kind of crazy because I always wanted to win a belt, and I used to do wrestling. And I would want to win a belt in that, and also I grew up on watching WWE.
Yeah.
So I thought that was sweet.
Yeah. So having a belt and getting to defend it, that's probably one of your dreams, right, from when you were a kid. Yeah. The fight went all 3 rounds, but I feel like you controlled the fight the whole time. The guy you fought, your coach was telling me that he's a pretty experienced amateur himself. Did you kind of get an opportunity to watch a lot of tape on him and anything? Ever seen him fight before?
Yeah. So I had a friend come to the gym a couple years ago, and then we became cool and whatnot. And then he was fighting in Lansing, the Lansing Mall. And so I came to his fight, and then I seen that Jace was his teammate. So I was like, "Oh, what's up, bro?" And that's my friend's friend,
Yeah.
Thought it was cool. And so I would go to his fight and watch his fight too, because he's pretty good.
Yeah.
He won a belt for that promotion and whatnot. And so.
So you knew a lot about this guy before you got in the cage with him.
Not so much. I mean, I just only seen 2 fights. I think.
Okay. But he had been a champion in another promotion before?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah, I think 2 or something like that.
Okay, so that was you've had a handful of fights now, and your record's 4-1 or 3-1?
4-2.
4-2. Okay, yeah. Very cool. So 6 fights. First AMI belt. What's going through your mind? Working your way up to this fight. Fighting for different promotions and finally getting a title shot.
So I only got to fight for 2 promotions. This is the second one.
Okay.
I would fight at Lights Out or for Lights Out. I was gonna fight for other promotions, but people backed out or something happened.
Yeah.
And so I've been just fighting for Lights Out.
Yeah.
And I liked it.
Okay. Very cool. And got a lot of experience in your corner. With Coach James, and then obviously Dean Caldwell's been there for a lot of your fights. What's it like training next to those guys and getting ready for your fight?
So the way I view it, everyone around here has their best moments and everything, and I'm surrounded by some really, really good guys, really skilled guys, and so my goal even coming here is do the best and be up there with them guys.
Yeah.
I look up to a lot of them, and it, I don't know, it mean a lot to me being in my corner and stuff like that. And you said, Dean, he was there for me when I lost my last one, and it kind of hurt my heart losing that one. And
yeah.
He was there for me and everything, and I've been looking up to him ever since I even heard his name. I always tell people about my first time hearing about him. It was kind of funny.
What was that like when you first heard about Dean? What was that like?
So everybody was saying, when's Dean coming back, this and that, and they're talking about him he's a legend. And I'm freshly new here, getting beat up all the time.
Yeah.
And so we hosted a in-house grappling tournament, and then it's getting to the end. One of our teammates didn't have an opponent or whatever, and so they asked Dean if you want to do it, and he said yeah, and he walks through the big old crowd. He's chugging a beer, and he had his super long hair, and this is when he's he just came back. I think he just stopped fighting, had dealt with his family stuff or whatever. But he just came back, and that's my first time seeing him. Dang, this dude's huge, bro. I told him he looked like he was drunk Thor or fat Thor.
Yeah, drunk Thor.
Yeah. And so he looked like that, and then he went out there and then he won. I was oh wow, that dude's Dean.
Yeah.
I was dang, that dude's sweet. And then I seen his accolades and whatnot. He has pictures up here along with all the other champions here.
Yeah.
And so being around all these champions make me want to be a champion myself one day. And it motivates me a lot being around them.
Yeah, well, in 6 fights, you made quick work of that, man. Already getting a title. You know, like you said, you know, you walk into Stars and Strikes, you see all the pictures and all the belts and all the trophies and stuff. That's got to give you some extra motivation, right? You know, especially working beside guys like Dean and Justin Street and Coach James in and of itself. You know, the vibe in the locker room was so like it was calm but intense at the same time. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
is that how it is before every fight?
If you're at the lights out one, like if Joe gets there early, or if I came late to this one, but like, you know, we get there early and whatnot, you know, it'd be like all jokes and fun time. Like, say sometimes I follow like the same guys like twice or whatever, or the same people being there most of the time, and it's like these guys are all serious or like this and stuff, and like, you know, thinking, and then like there's like, I don't know, like me, Joel, and like Devin or something like that, like laughing, joking around, and then, you know, cracking jokes and stuff.
Yeah, you got to keep that energy low, right? I mean, you know, got to be calm when you go in there. You know, you don't want to like overhype yourself up before the fight, right? You got to keep that energy, save it for the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, let's talk about a little bit before your career at Stars and Strikes. You know, you said you were a pretty big athlete in high school. You know, played a bunch of sports. You said you wrestled for a little bit, right? What was your wrestling career like?
At first, like, I started off in middle school, and I didn't do so well in my first year. And one of the first practices, like, I met a really good friend of mine, and he told me like I was really gonna be like good in the sport, and like I'm gonna like accomplish a lot. And so like that made me stay even more, along with like the head coach at the time, because like I never like met people like these guys saying this stuff, sorta.
Right.
And so I started wrestling there. Didn't do good first year. Second year, came back almost undefeated, and then I bumped up a weight class for my friend so he could wrestle in leagues, and then I think I lost, or yeah, I took like third that year or something. And then ninth grade, starting off fresh. That was a tough year. I was like losing a lot. I was supposed to wrestle 103, but I couldn't make 103 because my body wouldn't let me. And so I tried to wrestle 112, and then the same good friend that told me I'm going to be good was there, and so I couldn't beat him. And I had to bump up another weight class. So I'm wrestling like 119 as a 100-pounder, and that helped me get tough and whatnot. And also like trying to beat my friend, because like he was really good. I really believe that he could have been a state champion if he stuck with it.
Yeah.
And so he motivated me a lot, and so like that helped me with my competitive nature. Always wanted to be like the best and whatnot. So like I just keep grinding that, meeting good friends and everything. And then even now to this day, I talk to all of them, you know, do whatever it may be, like random stuff with everyone. And then I coach at the high school as well with one of my good friends as well. Okay. And then along with the head coach that coached me.
So wrestling's still a pretty big part of your life then. Yeah. So, you know, that really, you know, obviously, you know, led you to this. You know, how'd you find Stars and Strikes and Coach James?
So one of my like bestest friends, he told me his brother did. He does kickboxing, and he goes to this gym, and so he asked me if I wanted to like get in contact with him, and then so I got in contact with him, talked to him about it, you know, told him like some goals and whatnot, and then so he started bringing me here, and like ever since the first day, it felt like home, it felt like family for real, and so I've just been going here ever since, and like really thanks to him, because he still helps me to this day.
Yeah.
About like technique and all that stuff, and even like life stuff.
Yeah. So, you know, on top of your obviously your amateur MMA, you know, experience, you know, you do jiu-jitsu as well. And from what I've been told across the gyms, you're undefeated in jiu-jitsu tournaments. You know, and you'd never touched jiu-jitsu till you came to this gym, right?
Yeah. Like the first tournament, I almost like couldn't compete, because like they told me like I don't know, on smooth comp it said like 4 o'clock, but like it went a lot faster than normal, and so or it just like adjusted or whatever, and I didn't know. And so like it's like 1:30, and my coach calls me saying I'm about to be up. Where am I at? I'm like, what? I'm like, I thought I was wrestling at 4. He's like, no, like you're about to go. I said wrestle.
You're good, yeah.
But you're about to compete in like 5 minutes. They're about to disqualify you, and like I'm like, dang, dude. Like I start speeding there, like going. I was going fast, and so then like I finally get there, and like I'm asking for directions. I see one of my friends. They start helping me. Like they were looking for me too. And then, like, I sprint there, and, like, I was about to be disqualified. And then I went out there, and I submitted him with, like, a rear naked choke or something like that. and then I won the whole tournament with all submissions. And my coach is like, my coach is kind of mad I was late. He said, "Then what disqualified you?" And like they were like counting down like at the table with them.
So like you were from speeding through traffic to winning a jiu-jitsu tournament in like less than a couple hours.
Yeah.
That's just a crazy day.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the coach that works with you the most in your jiu-jitsu?
A lot of them like help me out like.
So
like,
a couple
with
different
everything.
guys.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys. Usually like the guys that be running the classes or whatnot, and then like say Mike Manor, he'll like see me going with somebody, and like he'll like help them out, and then I'll be like at a worse position.
Yeah.
And then he'll start telling me what to do from like stuff like that, and then I ask him like whenever I'm like confused on something, or the other coaches or whatnot, like how to like get out of a move or do this move correctly, and
yeah. Now, going back to your fight last week, you threw a few pretty good slams in there too. Would you say wrestling's like the core of what you do when you're in the cage?
It should be a lot more than what it is.
Yeah.
I hear this all the time from like my friends and even some fighters and other people that go to the gym. I probably should like wrestle more, but I don't know. I don't know. It's like I feel like it's a wrestler thing that come like when they get to fighting, they want to just like throw their hands. They finally like use their hands.
Yeah, like we were talking with Eric Reeves a little earlier, and he said the same thing. He's like, I wrestled all through high school, man. I want to throw punches.
Yeah, yeah. You're like finally let these boys go.
Yeah. So that's how you feel too, huh? You like the stand-up game? Yeah,
I like the stand-up game, and like say like someone's like better than me, like it'll make me want to work a little harder, like to figure it out how to like make them miss, and like I just keep connecting and whatnot.
Now you've it seems like you have in your short career you seem to have pretty well-rounded background. I've heard obviously the jiu-jitsu tournaments, 4-2 MMA, and then kickboxing. You're also undefeated in kickboxing if I'm not mistaken, correct? What do you like? Did they just throw you at anything and then you succeed? Like how does that work?
Yeah. I'll say yeah. I mean, I instantly wanted to like start like just doing MMA. I didn't like think I was gonna do kickboxing or anything like that because I don't know. I can't kick like the other dudes in the gym.
Right,
They be doing crazy kicks. But so I wanted to like instantly fight MMA, and coach told me that I need to get some like kickboxing fights in so I get my hands ready because my wrestling is pretty good as it is.
Yeah.
And so I had to like do them fights and whatnot, and then he told me I had to do jiu-jitsu, and I was like, yeah.
And you just wanted to fight MMA, right?
Yeah, I was like, all right, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
And then I got done with that. Then my coach offered me a fight.
Do you think that's helped you though? Obviously, right? You become like a more well-rounded fighter. Practicing different disciplines. Is there MMA is what you like the most, but these other things have helped you in your MMA career. I'm assuming.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
Yeah. So obviously you came from the wrestling background. Starting strikes. Now you're an amateur champion. What's the future look like?
So I want to like defend this a few times, or get another belt as well with this one. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then probably gonna go pro.
Yeah, I mean, you obviously take your time, getting there, and you're gonna have a lot more fights before that. But is there anything? I know it's just only off a week, but is there anything in the books like coming up in the future, as far as next fights or anything like that?
I mean, Clip's hosting like a kickboxing one or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool if I could get on that. But probably wait till like the next Clip show so I can defend this, or if another promotion asks me to fight, I'll fight for them.
Do you feel like you kind of always knew that you were going to be a fighter, or is it something that was completely out of the blue?
It was sort of out the blue because like when I was younger, I never really like wanted to fight like that. I mean, like when I was like really young, I wanted to like, I don't know, I would fight people that are not my friends, and I was like okay with that. But if you're my friend, I'm not gonna fight you.
Right.
So that I got into like some stuff like that when I was younger, and then after that, I just didn't want to like fight and like do dumb stuff like that no more.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, you got the wrestling and started seeing the UFC games and whatnot. It made me want to like, maybe one day I could do that.
Yeah, you wanted to be on the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very cool. Did you ever watch UFC or anything growing up?
I don't think so.
No, is there any like fighters today that you look up to that you kind of try to emulate their style or anything like that?
I don't really like try to emulate people's style. I sometimes like I see them do a move. I'm like that would be cool if I add that to like what I can do, but I don't really like look up to like other fighters like that. I mean, them winning when I would like say I would look up to in a way.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't really like try to fight like nobody. And the people I liked like watching that like brought me into like this stuff was like Manny Pacquiao, Floyd, and then like Conor for UFC.
Yeah. So you watched a lot of boxing then growing up, huh?
Yeah, I'll watch them when I can, when not like some like the clips and whatnot, the videos.
Right. Now, before we wrap up, is there any like social medias you want to shout out? Anyone that's helped you out in your career that you want to give some credit to? Like your socials for the fans, where they can find you.
You can look me up on Facebook, Christian Neff. Same on Instagram. It's like _Neff13. I don't really use Twitter. It's like Neff_boy.
Yeah.
BOII like 14. And then I don't know. I'll say the photographers that take the pictures, and my friend Austin, he goes here. He takes the video of our all of our stuff.
Yeah, for the YouTube channel.
Yeah, for the YouTube and the page. So shout out Austin for that. He has TikTok and he has his own Instagram as well with the gym's Instagram, and then
it stars.
I think
and strikes.
I think he has Facebook. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we look forward to seeing where your career takes you, man. Obviously we'll be following you. Hopefully you grab another title. We'll do another interview.
Hopefully.
All right. Thanks for joining us today, Christian. Appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you.
That does it for this episode of Jab Journals. We'll see you on the next one.